Welcome back. So today I'll be showing off my custom Crunker mod. I'll be going over most things inside of the mod and the CSS, and my settings later on, because I've seen a lot of people asking for that. So this mod is mainly a flat textures mod. It just makes the game pretty easy to look at, pretty nice. You might recognize these boxes because they're taken from Waspy's mod. I just really like them. I might change them soon enough because I don't know if Waspy's too fond of me taking these boxes, but I've got these little nice barrels as well. But you know, it's mostly just flat textures. Everything looks really nice and a little bit bland just so that you can focus more on the game. So let's get into what the mod's really about. I originally wanted to create a mod just to make the game look more like Unturned, because this game has somewhat of a resemblance to Unturned, and I played Unturned for, you know, maybe 2 or 3 years before I started playing Crunker, and I was doing YouTube on that as well. So the main feature of the mod is that the AK default model looks like the Maple Strike from Unturned. It looks kind of small because that's what I had to work with. The models from Unturned are really badly made, so Ashu had to completely remodel it himself. Yeah, so shout out to Ashu for doing that, but that's the first custom thing out of the mod. And the second thing is the sniper. So I'm hopping into a pub right now. I'm going to show you that the sniper has a custom model and a custom skin. So this sniper was actually a model taken from Trident's scopeless sniper mod. So thank you to Trident for that. And I put a custom skin on it. It's not mine, it's just some wallpaper art put onto it in Photoshop. So it has like a little moon and a crow, which I think looks really cool, and I love the sound of the Scout Mastery and the look of it. It kind of looks like a shotgun though, which is kind of weird. So as you can tell, the textures in this map are completely flat like every other map. I find it easier to look at, I find it more satisfying to play. I don't know, the game feels a lot simpler. As well with the CSS, I just like having as little on the screen as I possibly can have, which is, you know, my goal with my settings, and I just want the game to be really simple so I can focus on playing, and it just feels really nice. So yeah, this is one of the reasons I really like the mod. So now I'm going to go into the sprays. So I have a few custom sprays in here. They're not the most special things ever, but you know, they're a little bit interesting. This is my Twitch emote. So if you subscribe to me, you have to pay $5 a month and you get this emote. You can use it in whatever chat you want. And I made it as a spray in my mod. I have a few other sprays. For example, I have this spray and this spray, which are visible broken. He's a streamer, and I made these for him because he also uses my mod on his stream. I just changed the laugh cry emote to something a little bit more funny because, I don't know, I liked it. And this one, I don't think it actually works as like a moving GIF, but I don't know, I think it would be kind of funny if it did work. And also changed Frosty Wolf to a Papega. Keep in mind, this mod might not boost your FPS that much. It's not really a mod focused on boosting FPS, it's just a mod based on looking good. So if you wanted an FPS boosting mod, there are probably better options, but you know, I can still get 450 FPS in an empty lobby, you know, up to 500 FPS in an empty lobby on this mod, so it's not the worst mod. It doesn't lower your FPS, obviously. I have the normal hit sound, and I'm pretty sure I have no headshot sound, and I don't know, I kind of find it, like, satisfying to not have a headshot sound for some reason. I just like it that way, which, I don't know, that's kind of my preference. And for this mod, I have also a custom reward sound for when you do a spin, which I'll be showing you right now. It's just a, like, Baba Boy noise. I think it's kind of funny. So I guess I'll be doing a 500 KR spin, see what I get. Baba Boy. That actually looks good. Wow, that is cool. That looks really cool with the sniper model. Yeah, I don't know, like, you might notice that some of the skins actually look really cool with the sniper model. They do cut off at the bottom a little bit, but I don't know, I was using one for a while. Some of them look really cool. So yeah, that's the reward sound. It's I don't know, I kind of wanted to change it up a little bit. I don't really do spins that often, but I thought it was kind of funny. So now I'm going to be getting into things that I don't have right now, which are, you know, the Baller AK and the kunai, the custom ones that I made. So for the Baller AK, I have it set as the Nuclear Maple Strike from Unturned, which you can see right here. It's a skin that I used to use a lot, and it looks like, you know, the Maple Strike. You can see, you know, it looks pretty cool. It's not exactly the same as the Unturned one, but I think it looks really cool. And also looks really cool on a bunch of other weapons, like if you get a baller sniper with this sniper model, it looks really insane in my opinion. I've never actually used this before because I've never had a baller sniper, but I don't know, I think this looks really insane. Every time I get killed by this, I'm just, wow, it just looks so cool. And here's the revolver version, which is, yeah, it's really cool. I don't know. I've never used these skins. I've only used the AK one, but like I don't know, I just find it really cool. Like I just really love the texture. So here's the kunai. It's a custom skin that I made myself, and I'm pretty proud of it. It's blue. I like the color light blue a lot. It has like some pulsing effects right here and on the inside here that you can notice a lot. And if you might recognize the texture from somewhere, it's actually because it is the bloodless texture. This knife right here, it is the texture from this copied onto that knife. So it's supposed to be pretty similar because I really like the bloodless knife for a while, and then I just really like the look of the kunai, so I just, you know, kind of combined them and made them into one knife. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the mod, other than the maple strike. I use Xcerno's CSS, and you can find it. I'll put a link in the description to show you where to find it, but it's a really well-made CSS. It's got colors that I like, and it's very minimal. There's very little stuff that's on your screen at once, and all of the information you need to see is up front, and all the information that's not as important is, you know, kind of pushed off to the side. So there's not really too much on your screen that you need to be looking at one time, and all of the things you need to see, like your health and your ammo, are, you know, right there where you need to see them. So, and if you don't know Cerno, be sure to check Cerno. Cerno's really cool. I love watching his videos all the time. He's mostly a gameplay YouTuber, but like, I don't know how. He's actually like Superman. He can double nuke every day, multiple times every day. So here's my settings. I'm not going to go over exactly everything, just because, you know, it's not always important. There's some things that are pretty obvious, but, you know. So for my sensitivity, I play on 1 sensitivity for both X and Y, and I also use 1200 DPI with no mouse acceleration. I just find it a very comfortable sense. I can aim with my wrist. I found it problematic to aim with my arm, so I just, you know, tend to aim with my wrist. Small movements, but I can still be quite accurate with it. And then for my X and Y, those are both supposed to be 0.85. I like it a little bit less sensitive when I'm scoped in, just to, you know, give myself a little bit more accuracy, and it gives it a better feeling. And yes, I do use non-FPS sliding. A lot of people had a question about this, but I do use non-FPS sliding. Even though I get about 400 FPS, the movement is based around if you had about 1200 FPS. So I prefer it more, even though I don't notice that much of a difference. I have show damage off because apparently it tanks some of your FPS, and I also just wanted less on the screen, but I do sometimes like having it on because I just like, I don't know, the damage numbers are kind of cool sometimes. I do like to show my movement speed. It's just very small in the bottom of my screen. You can copy these settings if you want to. And I don't know, I just like seeing it there, just, you know, to see how fast I've been going. It's not, I don't use it super often, but, you know, it's just good to, like, keep track of your speed and see how fast you're going sometimes. I have show medals off because I think they're just a waste of space on the screen, and sometimes I like having, the health only on name tag style, just because it's way easier to focus. So most of my settings changes are just to make it easier to focus in the game, because I like, I don't know, being in the zone, which these things help me be in the zone. So, you know, normally on stream I use everything, but, you know, when I'm trying to focus I use health only. These are my chat settings. They're not, like, super important. If you want to copy them, then you can, and also I'll put a link in the description to a copy and paste of my settings. But if you get in my game, make sure to say hi to me if I'm on this account or my main account, which is scuffed. Make sure to say hi to me, because I do have chat on. I can see what you guys are typing. So this is where it gets interesting. This is what most people have questions about, is the crosshair. So I use a solid circle crosshair. It's blue, it has a black shadow around it. Shadow thickness is 3, thickness is 2, and the size is 2. So I don't know, I find it very comfortable. Some people have issues with getting their crosshair lost, like they can't find it anymore, but I've never had that issue before. It's bright blue and has a black border around it. It's super easy to see, and like no matter what you're looking at, there will be distinguished, like unless you're looking at something that is black with blue polka dots, then you're not gonna lose this thing. It's, you know, it's super easy to find, and it also matches the CSS. I also have pretty default settings for the hit marker, I think. I might have changed them a little bit, but, you know, I like to keep it kind of simple. It's not super important to me what that looks like. So yeah, for a few more settings, I have resolution to 1, just because, you know, it feels like if I turn my resolution any higher, it doesn't feel like a massive change that really. as well as my aspect ratio. So I do play on a stretch res, and I didn't think that I played on stretch res. I thought I played 1920 by 1080 until one day I looked at my settings and I was playing on 1280 by 1080. And I'd been playing on that for a few months, so I decided to change it to 1440 by 1080, and I'm very comfortable with this resolution. I'd prefer it over any other resolution. These things are not super important. You can copy them down if you want to, but you know, these are mostly just like preference. They're not super important things to the game. There's also some editing for you guys who want it. So I have my HUD health. Most of the colors were changed to blue or a less saturated red. I like my pop-up score to be small, but on a good spot on the screen. So it's just to the bottom right of my crosshair, and it's very small. My saturation is a little bit up. It's to 1.8 and 1.7. I like the game to be a little bit brighter so it doesn't look like a scene from World War II, I guess. I have vignette on, which, I don't know, I think it just has a nice feeling to the game. I really like Waspy's settings, because I watch Waspy a lot, so, I took that from him. I like the vignette a lot. It, adds a little bit of effect. It also makes you kind of look at the center of the screen more than look at the outsides, in my opinion. And here's some of the bigger things in the settings. So the field of view, the weapon FOV. I have these both to 120 because I just like being able to see a lot. I'm not like always, the most try-hard player. I just, I like being zoomed out, laid back kind of. I have my offset 2 to 1.6. I don't know, I like to have it off to the side a lot. It looks alright on all classes. Like, most of the guns other than Sniper look really small, but I just find, I don't know, the look of Sniper when it's on this view model, it's way pushed off to the sides. You can see the entire skin, and I just really like the look of it. It's all personal preference, but I have high weapon on ADS on. You need to have this on for my mod, because if you have it off, then the gun will kind of break and look really weird. So I have show hands, show primary, show secondary, show melee, but I do have a keybind in the settings. So if you go to controls and then keybinds and you scroll to the very bottom, right here you want to find toggle weapon visibility, and if it's not here then you'll want to find it in this list of things. So you want to look for toggle. But for me, I have it as mouse 4, so I have a Logitech G502. It has a mouse button on the side, and if I hit that button, it will flash my weapon on and off. I have a custom scope, which is mainly just, a pretty normally used scope. It's this one. It feels very free. It doesn't have, much to look at. It's, it's just completely default for all this stuff. So before I end the video, I just want to thank everyone who's been supporting the channel lately. So I've gotten a massive amount of subscribers and a lot of support on my recent videos, and I'd like to thank you all for that. And I'm having a lot of fun doing movement and collaborating with other YouTubers to make racing videos, and there'll be a lot more in the future, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And I appreciate everyone's support through the hard times of coronavirus. I hope you're all doing well. If you want to communicate with me or say hi to other people who watch my videos, you can join my Discord. The link will be in the description. I'm trying to make it a hangout place for, anyone who likes my content or wants to get into movement. And it'll be there. You can talk to me, and, I'll try to be hanging out with you guys in the calls sometimes, sometimes when I finish my streams. And if you haven't yet, follow my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/scufftoaster. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. I showed you my settings and my new mod pack, which will be releasing soon. It's made by aashuthepro, and his link will be in the description, so make sure to go give him some support for making my mod, because I really appreciate it from him. He's been really helpful with making my mod in the past, so, go support him. I appreciate that, and thanks for watching.